and hopefully it'll stay on the brush. If not, I will have to try to grab it with my finger. Oh, it's like falling apart. Okay, that's not good. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leslie. If you don't know me, thank you for joining me today. So obviously by the title, today we are going to be dipping into the Bloodlust palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I've already used the palette, so this is not a first impressions. I just want to go ahead and swatch some purples that are similar to each other. Maybe, I'm not sure. I haven't really gone through them. But I want to swatch some to see what the differences are and if there is any difference between other palettes, just to see. Also, I will go through the other stuff that I bought from the collection, and if you guys want to see, then just keep watching. Alright guys, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into the video. I'm not going to be swatching all the colors in the palette or the lip bundle or the lip glosses because there's so many videos out there already that I don't feel like I need to. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the lip bundle and the lip glosses first, just to show you the ones that I got, and then move on to the lip bundle, and then at the end I will do the Bloodlust palette and compare a few purple shades here and there, and we'll do a look with it to see how the shades work. Okay, so for lip glosses, I actually got two that are the same because I want to put one in a giveaway. So stay tuned for that, which is Sorcery is the one that I got. This is the one that's not opened yet, so I didn't open it. But I do have the one that I already actually used. And this is the shade Sorcery. And it's a really pretty shimmery shade. That's the shade right there. It is a really pretty lip gloss. I did buy an extra one to put in a giveaway. So remember guys, I'm collecting items for the 500 giveaway. So once I get there, I will have that giveaway. The other shade that I got is Star Lord, and this one's in the box still. I haven't used it yet. I've never had one of these before. So these are actually plastic, like this part. I thought it was like some kind of like glass or metal or something, but it's plastic and they look really fancy for being plastic. And this is the shade Lord Star, but it is very pretty and very vibrant, as you guys can see. I'm not usually a lip gloss girl, but I've been really into lip glosses lately, so I wanted to try a few new ones out, and these are the ones that I got. I know there's like 4 other shades or something, but these are the 2 shades that I got. They're really pretty. I know this one doesn't feel really sticky on the lips. It's a little bit sticky, but not too bad where your hair will stick to your mouth, because that really bugs me. But yeah, that is that. And now we'll go through the lip bundle real quick, and this one is of course purple because the whole theme is purple. This is what this one looks like, and it's called Queen Bee, and that is what the shades look like inside. Now I'm not gonna swatch these, I'm just gonna show them to you here. I mixed in this one, and this one the other day for a look that I was doing, but I've seen people use them as eyeliners as well, so maybe I can try out and do that. But if you guys want to see like lip swatches on this, I would have done it yesterday on my Instagram. I'm gonna leave it as a highlight, so if you guys go into my Instagram, I'll leave my handle down here so you guys can go check me out on Instagram, and I'm doing lip swatches there, so I will have it under a highlight under my Instagram page, so you guys can go check those out. And then let's go ahead and get into the palette. I have already used this palette 2 times only, but I have used it already, so I don't want to tell you guys that it's a first impression so that I haven't tried. Just so you know, I have used the palette, and this is of course what the packaging looks like. It's really pretty. I really like it a lot. It is really Jeffree Star, of course. And of course the palette is beautiful. I love the packaging on this. It's so nice, and it's definitely very bougie, very Jeffree Star. You guys can see the little thing on here. Then on the back it has this logo and all the information down here. And then we go inside the palette. When I got the palette, it had a plastic on the mirror, of course, but I took that one off, and I did keep the plastic thingy that comes in the palette. So there's a plastic on it right now. Oops. This little plastic thing, I did keep it just to protect it from the mirror because I don't want the mirror to get all nasty. This is what the palette looks like. Those are the shades. They are very, very pretty. I have not played with all of them. I played with mostly all the purpley pink shades. I did play with that red one. I haven't really played with this one or that shimmery shade, this one right here. I haven't played with that one. There's a few that I haven't played with actually, now that I think of. I've played with like 6 shades maybe from the palette that I've played with, not the whole thing. So yeah, I will let you know my thoughts on them. And it's not as purple as I would want it to be. I thought there was going to be more purple shades in here. The shades that we do have though are really pretty, the purple shades. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch some of them. Okay, so these are the most purpley shades that I found in the palette. And that's what those look like. You guys can see. Now I'm going to see if I can compare some of them to some of the other palettes that I have. I don't have that many purple, I guess. I thought that I did, but I really don't. The only one that I can think of that I have a lot of purples in would be maybe my Novena palette. So this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one right here. These two, this one. So I'm gonna see which ones are similar and which ones are not really that similar, so you guys can compare. Of course, the formulas are different because they are different companies. And also, I know some Juvia's Place ones that have purple in them, but I think the one that is comparable would be like the darkest purple or Blood Queen. Either Dungeon or Blood Queen right here. It looks more pink on the camera than it actually is in person. It is more purpley on the purpley side, but those are the only shades that I can think of that actually compare to each other. I have a few Juvia's Place palettes here. I love Juvia's Place. I love their formula. I love how they work. So I just want to go ahead and see how they all compare. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch Dungeon and see if I can compare it with the other shades that I think are similar in the other palettes. Okay, so here's Dungeon by itself. I'm gonna go into my Novena palette and go into the shade B5, which is this one right here. I've heard that purples are hard to make, just like reds, like from my Jaclyn Hill palette. So that's why I really wanted to see and compare them to each other to see what they look like. Okay, so there's the Novena one. So if you guys can see, this one has more of a purpley red undertone. This one's like a purple with a little bit of red undertone, but not really. Kind of like a brown undertone, if you guys can see that. Now I'm gonna dip into my Juvia's Place palette. This is the Zulu Palette. And I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It doesn't have a name, just this purple right here. This is like a true purple. Like this is purple. Like you guys can see, definitely lighter than this one. It's like a true purple. If you were to do a thing next to this one, it's very, very different. And then the last purple that I have is on another Juvia's Place palette, which is the Magic palette, and that's this purple right here called Iffy. This one's deeper though, I think, than Dungeon, but let's go ahead and swatch it just to see the difference between all of them. This is like borderline blue because it has some blue undertones, so right there. So it's like a purpley blue shade. So if you think about it, they don't really compare to each other. They're really different, and they all have different undertones as well. Those are those. And then there's another purple in the palette that I want to compare it to see if it compares, mostly with the Novena one, not really with my Juvia's Place one. So let me clean up my hand first. So you guys can see, definitely stains. This is the one that I used to swatch the Jeffree Star one. Definitely stained my hand, and the other one stained too, probably about the same. So now I'm gonna go into Blood Queen, which is this shade right here, which looks like to be like a true purple, but we're gonna swatch it and see compared to the other one. So that's that one. It does look true, like a true purple to me, actually. It might be a little bit on the pink side, just a little bit. I'm gonna swatch another one that looks like it on the Novena palette, which is this one right here, A2. Definitely looks like that one, so I'm gonna go ahead and swatch that one next to it to see how it compares. The Novena one seems to be a little more vibrant, if you guys can see that. A little more vibrant for sure. And then let's go ahead and swatch that Juvia's Place one more time. That is the from the Zulu Palette, this purple right here. Okay. They are definitely all different. These ones seem a little bit more similar, but this one's definitely more vibrant than the Jeffree Star one. But it's still a very pretty purple. So that's all we have to swatch next to each other. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you also, I got a mirror from Jeffree Star, which is this one right here. It's very pretty and it's a lot bigger than the other ones that he has. I do have this one that I got like a while back. It's still very pretty, but it's been used, and I can tell you that these are really good. I've dropped this one many times and it's still intact. There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, I really do like these because I can go ahead and do my makeup, especially when I'm filming. They really do come in handy. Forgot to mention that I got that. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe up this swatch, and then we're gonna go ahead and start an eye look here. I do want to let you guys know that when I've been using it previously, the 2 times that I used it, I did use a primer. So this time I'm not using a primer. The only thing that I have on my eyes is this Juvia's Place concealer, and I just powdered it down. That's what I had on with the Jaclyn Hill palette. It's the same thing. I just had foundation on and stuff, but today I haven't done my foundation yet or anything. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. I don't know if it's gonna perform different without a primer. I don't know if it's gonna be patchy. I don't know what it's gonna do. So we are gonna find out that together. Like I said, did use it 2 times already, so I know how it works with a primer. Now with just concealer and powder, I have no idea if it's gonna work out the same, because I swear by my primer. That Anastasia Beverly Hills primer is amazing. If you have not tried it, try it out. It's definitely worth it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. So we are going to start with a transition shade, as I usually do, which is going to be Deviant, whatever that shade is. This one right here. It's like a light purpley lilac color. It's really pastel-y looking. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna put that on my crease, well, a little bit above my crease like I always do, just so that everything else blends out nicely. Now this shade, obviously you can't really see it on my skin tone. When I did use it with the primer, when I used the Anastasia one, and that has more of a lighter base, so you were able to see it a lot more than you're seeing it now. But yeah, I'm just building it up a little bit. Okay, now that I have that shade down, I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush, and I'm gonna pick up the shade Dungeon. That's the shade that I've heard people say that it's patchy and it's not going on right. I did use it already, but like I said, I did use a primer the previous times that I used it, and it was not patchy. So we'll see this time without a primer if it works differently. So I'm just grabbing it here, tapping out the excess, going on my outer corner, and then working it in to the crease to meet that shade. I really want you guys to see. I'm gonna add some more just to see if it blends out any. I'm just slowly building it up. It's not really patchy for me. I'm not trying to make it look better than it is at all. I just packed it on, that's all I did. It's not really patchy for me. It's building up fine. I am trying to get the color though here. Doesn't go a long way, I'll tell you that much. It does not go a long way. You have to keep building it up for you to be able to bring it into the inner corner, because that's what I'm trying to do, is bring it into the inner corner. So that did take a while for me to build up. so it's not as intense as you see it on the pan. You definitely have to build it up. It's not patchy for me. It does look better though with a primer. I'm just dipping in back to Deviant to blend it out, making sure that it's nicely blended. See, now that's where I'm having the issue, is trying to blend it out with that Deviant color. You guys can see right here, this part right here. The other part is doing fine, like this part, the inner corner. But this part right here, you guys can see that? You can really see it right there. Now that's where I see where the issue is. For this to work, it's kind of a bummer, but when I did use it the other day with a primer, it was fine. And I used these two together. It's the same shades that I used the other day and they were fine. But once I put that Deviant shade on top of Dungeon, just like the outer corner, it didn't work very well. But other than that, it's blending out fine. I would definitely suggest that you use a primer for these to work best. They are really pretty shades, so I guess, like I said, I did try it before with a primer and they worked fine. Just now that I haven't used the primer, I guess some people do use concealer and powder over it as a primer or as some way to prime their eyes, and that's perfectly fine. I actually have done that before, but with this one I would suggest something like the Anastasia Beverly Hills or something thicker for the shadows to actually perform great. I keep blending. That's enough of that. Okay, I'm gonna go in and cut the crease here. That's kind of a bummer that I can't use those two together. It didn't come out the way I wanted it to. So that's kind of disappointing to know. Just grabbing a concealer brush here, a precision crease brush. This is my Luxie 246 precision crease. And I'm just gonna grab some concealer and cut the crease so we can add some more shades to this. I did bring it out more than I usually do. I'm gonna pack that purple shade here at the end again, but I just want to add a few more colors so we can play with some more shades. And I'm just gonna dab out that concealer with my finger, and then I'll go back into my brush here, grab the shade Dungeon, just pack it here on the outer corner part and over the concealer a little bit. I do want to play with the shade Serpent or Vile Serpent. I haven't tried this one out yet, which is this one right here. It looks so pretty. I'm so excited about that one. I'm gonna add that right on the outer corner there next to the purple. So I'm just gonna grab it here with my brush. It was a little bit too big of a brush to do that. I'm gonna fix the purple real quick. Just gonna grab my e.l.f. This is a concealer brush, but I'm gonna use it with that purple. I'm just gonna go over it a little bit up here to fix it. That brush was a little too big for that, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a different brush now. This is the Real Techniques Insta Pop Crease brush. That's the one I'm gonna use to try to pack that color on now. There we go, that's better. So much better. I like because it's like kind of slanted like that, so you can use the tip to really get in there and not mess up the crease part, because you don't want to mess up that work you just did. Now that we have that shade there, I want to build up that purple just a little bit more. I'm gonna grab the brush I used before with it and just dab it in there, meeting it with that Vile Serpent color. There we go. I'm definitely not happy with the outer corner on this. It didn't work out very well, blending very well. I don't like how that outer corner is looking. I'm gonna use that brush again that I used for the concealer, the Luxie 246 Precision Crease, and I'm gonna grab the shade Sworn Enemy, or try to grab it with that. I've seen the people that had issues with that one as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab it with my brush, and hopefully it'll stay on the brush. If not, I will have to try to grab it with my finger. Oh, it's like falling apart. Okay, that's not good. And I don't think that brush is grabbing anything. Okay. Oh yeah, nope. Definitely, you guys saw that? It didn't grab any whatsoever. Not with that brush at least. Which it should have. Let me see if I can find a different brush. Oh no, I'm so sad. Like I said, I've only played with the purples pretty much. I haven't really played with the other shades, so that's kind of upsetting. I'm gonna grab, this is the Luxie 245 small shader, and we'll see if it'll grab anything with this. If not, I'm gonna have to go in with my finger. I don't think it's going to. It's really like wet. I don't know, it doesn't feel right. I don't know if he said anything about this shade or anything. I don't remember from his video, but no. Okay, I'm gonna use my finger because it's not working out for me. It's looking very cracky, and I think it's because it feels really wet. I'm not excited about that whatsoever. I'm so bummed. Oh man, I was really looking forward to that shade too. So I definitely see what people are talking about. That is definitely a shade that you're gonna want to grab with your finger. It actually even messed up the print on it. I'll show you guys because I mess with it so much. You guys can see that one. It had like the same thing as the star, like right here. It was on that one too, but since I messed it up with the brush and then with my finger, oh well, the shade went on I guess, but it's not as much as I wanted it to look like. So that makes me sad. I do love Jeffree Star. I think he is so over the top and he is hilarious, but that is really upsetting because I was really excited to use those shades. So I'm just gonna go back in here with the purple just to make it a little bit more sharp because that shade kind of jacked everything up. And then I'm gonna go in with a fluffy brush just to try to blend it out a little bit. That makes me sad. So it is a really pretty shade on the pan, but it sucks that it doesn't work because it could be a pretty shade all at once, but if it doesn't work then yeah. I'm gonna try to blend it out again. I'm gonna grab a different shade. I'm gonna do Vivid Mood, which is this one down here. See if I can blend out that purple a little bit. I think that one worked a lot better than the other shade, the Deviant shade. Just to make sure everything's blended. I'm just putting all the shades on again. Just that one kind of took over. Kind of bummed that it's not looking the way that I wanted it to, but you win some, you lose some, I guess. We're gonna do our lower lash line here real quick. I'm gonna grab the shade again, Vile Serpent, and just pop it on my lower lash line here. That shade is really pretty. I like that shade. It does have a little bit of fallout, not too much. I do like the other purples in here though. I did use a couple of them already, or most of them actually. So, and then the shimmer shades, that pretty full shimmery shade. This one, the Take the Crown. This one right here, I really like that one. And I really like the Beauty Sleep one. And I also tried Wet Jewels. So these three right here are really pretty. I haven't tried Pink Magic yet, which is pretty. This one right here. I did try the red. The red is okay. You guys know how I feel about reds. Don't know, then go watch my Jaclyn Hill video. I'm gonna go in with the shade Vivid Mood again, which is that purple shade that I used at the end here for the top part. And just put that underneath that green. Or whatever that color is, like a teal, green, teal, blue color, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna go off camera, do the other eye, do my face, and I will be right back. Alright guys, I am back. I didn't finish a full face. I just put some bronzer on. I'm gonna use some shades from the palette to see if I can use them as blush and highlight. So I'm gonna use this pretty pinky purpley shade right here called Royal Pain, which is that one right there. Just gonna use my brush here. I'm using this Alamar bronzer brush for the blush. I'm gonna just dab it a little bit here on my hand so it's not too pink, since it is a shadow. It's really pink. You can always go back in with your beauty blender or sponge, whatever you use for your foundation, to make it a little bit lighter. Gonna go ahead and do it to the other side, obviously. And as always, on my nose, on my forehead, chin, and I'm just gonna do a little bit here with the, it's a little too pink on my face. And then for highlight, I'm gonna use Beauty Sleep, which is this one right here. Tap out the axis because I don't want it to be too purple. And it actually has like a golden undertone, so it's not really purple. It actually came out pretty. And you can definitely add lashes to this look if you wanted to, but it is actually 9 o'clock at night and I'm gonna go to sleep after this, so I'm not putting lashes on. I'm gonna go ahead and just melt everything into the skin. So I'm just gonna use my Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist to melt everything in. And then for lips, let's go ahead and try one of the liquid lipsticks from the bundle. I'm gonna use Scorpio and Virginity and see how they look. I'll use Scorpio first, and then I'm gonna use Virginity in the center. Kind of created an ombre look that I didn't like how it came out. Definitely do not like this combo, not with this look at least. Needs a little bit of purple. I'm gonna grab the shade Low Pony. The names. Like dab a little bit in there. I'm not gonna completely put it in. These are really pigmented. And a little bit of it goes a long way. It looks a little bit better, I guess. It doesn't really go with the look, but at least we tried out the lipsticks a little bit. And now we're gonna jump into my thoughts for this palette. The collection overall is really cute. I definitely like the collection overall. It's really cute. I like that it's purple. I do wish that the shades in the palette were a little bit more purple. I see that he has a few shades in there. Of course, it's not completely purple. I feel like when he did the Blue Blood, it's definitely blue. And when he did the Blood Sugar, it was definitely red. So I kind of wish that this one had a little bit more purple shades in it. Kind of disappointed at the shades, especially this Sworn Enemy one, because I hadn't used it at all before today. And it definitely got all messy in my palette, trying to get it out and trying to get it to work on my eyes. So I'm kind of disappointed in that. Dungeon worked okay. Definitely suggest that you use a primer if you're going to use this shade. I have used it, like I said, the past couple of times that I used it off camera with a primer, and it worked okay. It wasn't like hard to blend or anything like that. And also the shade Deviant. So the shades that I've used so far have worked for me. Even Serpent worked really pretty. I think that's what kind of saved the eye look a little bit. But yeah, so I'm kind of disappointed in those. Everything else that I've tried has worked okay for me. If you are a Jeffree Star fan and you have bought his other palettes and you just have a collection of course, go ahead and buy it. But if it's your first time buying a Jeffree Star palette, I probably would not suggest that this would be the one that you buy. He definitely has other palettes that are better. The packaging obviously is beautiful on this, but of course you're not going to use the packaging on your eyeballs, so definitely go for the one that is going to work out for you. I do like Jeffree Star, like I said in the video, but the shades kind of were okay in this one. The purple shades did work out for me, like I said, the shimmery purpley shades that I've tried and the other purple shades. The one that I'm really disappointed in was that green golden one that I did not like at all. It kind of just, it's too wet. It feels too wet, and I can't even pick it up with a brush, and it was even hard to pick it up with my finger. So that being said, if you're, like I said, if you're a Jeffree Star fan and you collect all his palettes, then go for it. Go and buy it. But if you're not as much, or if you want to try out his palettes, I would suggest one of the other palettes more than this one. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and liked the review. It wasn't such a positive review this time, unfortunately. Maybe I'll create a video with the other shades, the purpley shades that I said that I've used, so you guys can see how those ones performed. But yeah, if you guys made it this far, go ahead and give a video a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't. Join the family. I will see you guys at my next one. Toodles!